All right, let's get right into it. For years, we've all heard the same story. Crypto is the Wild West of finance, a place with no rules. But what if the exact opposite is true? What if the key to unlocking crypto's future, especially for the really big investors, isn't less rules, but more? It's a huge paradox, and we're going to break it down.
And when we say big investors, we're not kidding. Right now, institutional players, we're talking hedge funds, pension funds, huge corporations, already have a staggering $1.8 trillion invested in crypto. To give you some perspective, that's a tenfold jump from where it was just back in 2018. The interest is definitely there. The money is already on the move.
But here's the thing, that $1.8 trillion, that could be just a tiny trickle before the real flood. So what is it? What's the one thing holding back the rest of that massive wave of institutional cash and stopping crypto from becoming a staple in every major portfolio? To really get what's holding them back, we've got to appreciate just how much this whole landscape has changed. It's not just a hobby anymore. We're witnessing the birth of a brand new financial frontier. You know, not that long ago, crypto was mostly a playground for individual investors, for speculators. It was exciting, sure, but for big institutions, way too volatile, way too risky. But now, it's a different world. We have regulated exchanges, secure custody solutions, think digital Fort Knoxes, and even sophisticated products like Bitcoin ETFs. The whole ecosystem has grown up, and it is now squarely on the institutional radar. And this new maturity, well, it brings us to the central conflict, the big dilemma that every single major financial firm is wrestling with as we speak. And this right here, this lays out that push and pull perfectly. On one side, you have this incredible promise, a chance to diversify your portfolio, a real hedge against inflation, and the holy grail of investing, returns that don't move with the traditional stock market. But on the other side of the scale, the peril is just as real. You've still got that wild volatility, huge security risks from hackers, and the biggest obstacle of all, total regulatory chaos.
And when we say chaos, it's not because there are no rules. It's actually worse. It's because the rules are a confusing, inconsistent patchwork quilt that changes completely depending on where you are in the world.
I mean, just look at this. This is not a unified global map. It's a mess. In the US, you've got major agencies basically in a turf war over who's in charge. The EU is actually a bit ahead of the game with their MiCA framework, which gives some real legal certainty. But then you've got these innovation hubs in Asia and the Middle East writing their own rulebooks. Now imagine you're a global firm trying to navigate this. It's a complete compliance nightmare.
So, in this crazy, fragmented world, how are the pioneers even managing to get in on the action? Well, they've had to get pretty clever and develop some serious strategies for operating in this financial Wild West.
Before we get to their playbook, you have to understand the specific hurdles they're trying to clear. First off, what even is a crypto asset in the eyes of the law? Is it a security like a stock? A commodity like gold? No one can seem to agree. Second, how do you follow all the strict anti-money laundering and know your customer rules? Third, and this is a big one, how do you actually keep billions of dollars in digital assets safe? And finally, how do you make sure the market isn't being manipulated?
Okay, so here's the workaround. This is what the smart money is doing. Instead of buying Bitcoin directly, they're using regulated products like ETFs. To handle security, they partner with specialized, licensed custodians. For compliance, they use powerful blockchain analytics tools to track every transaction. And then there's the classic move. They just set up shop in places that are already crypto-friendly, like Switzerland or the UAE.
These strategies are smart, for sure, but they're just band-aids. The real future, the great unlocking we're talking about, that happens when clear rules finally allow these powerful new innovations to go mainstream.
And the single biggest idea here is tokenization. This is the ultimate game changer. Basically, it's the process of taking a real-world asset, like an office building, a priceless painting, shares in a private company, and converting the ownership rights into a digital token on a blockchain. This could make huge illiquid assets totally liquid and allow for things like fractional ownership, letting anyone invest in things that were once only for the super rich.
And the potential markets here is just astronomical. Some projections show that the market for just tokenized assets could blow past $4 trillion by 2030. But, and this is the crucial part, an innovation this big can only happen at scale when institutions trust the rules of the road. So this is it. This is the single most important takeaway. Clear, effective regulation isn't the enemy of innovation. It's the fuel that makes it go.
It's what gives institutions the confidence they need to pour money into game-changing tech like tokenization. It creates stability with things like regulated stablecoins. Regulation is the bridge connecting traditional finance to our digital future.
And once that bridge is fully built, that's when crypto will make its final transformation. It's going to move from the fringes of the financial world right to its very foundation.
One of the sources we analyzed for this piece just summed it up perfectly. With regulatory clarity, cryptocurrencies are, and I'm quoting here, poised to transition from a speculative investment into a core component of institutional portfolios. Think about that. No longer just a risky bet, but a fundamental asset class, just like stocks and bonds.
And that leaves us with one last, really critical question. Because this isn't just about technology, it's about strategy. As this complex global rulebook is finally being written, the institutions that figure out compliance, security, and innovation first, well, they won't just participate in this new world, they're going to dominate it. The race is officially on.